Negligence per se. 1. Plaintiff would argue the statute imposed a duty and defendant breached this duty when he broke the statute. 2. Negligence per se is a doctrine used to introduce a statute, regulation, or ordinance as evidence to prove duty and breach in a case. 3. For a statute to be admitted, plaintiff must prove they were in a class of people legislation meant to protect, the harm was one the statute meant to prevent, and the statute was otherwise appropriate. 4. Plaintiff will argue they were in the class of people legislation meant to protect because blank. The harm was one the statute meant to prevent because blank, and the statute was otherwise appropriate because blank. 5. Defendant will argue the statute is not appropriate because it is not meant to hold tort liability. 6. The judge has discretion to decide if the statute is admissible. 7. If admissible, the statute's impact is subject to the jurisdiction the suit is in. 8. In a mere evidence jurisdiction, the jury has discretion to decide if there was any duty or breach. Violation of the statute is mere evidence. 9. In a rebuttable presumption jurisdiction, defendant is presumed to have been negligent unless they provide an adequate excuse for why they violated the statute. 10. If defendant offers an adequate excuse, then violation of the statute is mere evidence, giving the jury discretion to decide if there was any duty or breach. 11. The judge has discretion to decide if an excuse for violating the statute is adequate. 12. If defendant offers no excuse for violating the statute, it functions as proof of duty and breach, and the jury decides solely on causation and damages. 13. Defendant will argue their violation of the statute is an excuse because blank. 14. Plaintiff will argue defendant's violation of the statute is inexcusable because blank. 15. In a proof of breach jurisdiction, an unexcused violation of the statute functions as proof of breach, and the jury decides solely on causation and damages. 16. Because the state of Brandeis operates as a blank jurisdiction, the violation of the statute will function as blank.